Audio test real quick just to make sure my mic isn't broken again. Alright, there we go. How's it going, everyone? Pop-Tart here. Welcome back to the Aeroteam Gaming Channel. My apologies for the extreme delay on that startup. I was running a bit behind schedule, and then it took forever to get everything set up and running. Microsoft Flight Simulator, of course, had a 1 GB update to install because Avionics Update 2 just happened to drop literally right this morning before I was getting going. Whoops. Anyways, yeah. Let's see, what do we have here? So, for this stream, I am testing out Restream for the first time, so this is also available on our Twitch channel. Hopefully, if everything is going correctly. It looks like it's working fine so far right now. I also have a chat box in the lower right, which is also connected to Twitch. So, yeah, professional streamer moment. Very cool. So, yes. Aeroteam Gaming will be twitch.tv/Aeroteam Gaming for anything on Twitch there as well. And, yeah, that's about it for the stream here. I've also upped the bitrate because I was I was watching back my Spider-Man remastered gameplay last night, and the video was just absolutely compressed to the next dimension. For some reason, I was only on 2,000 kilobits per second instead of the recommended 4,500 for 1080p 30 FPS. So that has been fixed now. Hopefully it will not have too much of an impact on performance, but it should definitely increase the visual fidelity of the stream, and it looks like it's doing a lot better already, so that's nice. Hopefully it will behave itself here. I'll be keeping an eye on it. But yeah, that's all for that. So, for today's flight here, we are going to be operating Lindbergh 4171, United Express. This will be from Rochester, New York to Washington Dulles. Let me see here. I can pop my drone camera out of the way. So it's just the default scenery here in Rochester. It's not that great. Microsoft Flight Simulator's default airports are pretty atrocious sometimes. Live traffic here provided by AIG Traffic, and in Dulles it will be the Flightbeam Washington Dulles Airport, which actually just recently got a... well, not recently, I say it's maybe a few months ago? I don't remember. It could be even like half a year ago now, but it just got a new update with much better ground markings and everything, and it's wonderful to fly through, especially for regionals with United Express here and all that with the CRJ. So, we're here in the Aerosoft CRJ-550, and... hello, Steve! How's it going? My goodness, that CRJ is loud over there. Yes. Aerosoft CRJ-550, this livery, November 549 Golf Juliet for GoJet Airlines. It was done by Aviator as part of a mega pack of the entire GoJet fleet, so that's available on the FlightSim.2 forums in the description below as well. But yeah, let's just hop into the flight deck here. Now, unfortunately, with Aerosoft, they have... oop, my Xbox controller is bugging out my mouse a little bit here. Let me see if I can... come on, behave. Oh, come on. Every now and then the controller, the view control on my Xbox controller here for the drone camera gets just a little bit bugged out and starts overriding my mouse controls. Oh goodness. Okay, I'm just gonna unplug my Xbox controller. It's not worth it. Let's see how this goes. It might freeze for just a moment here, and hopefully not crash. That'd be really funny if it did. There it goes. Oh, it's not the Xbox controller that's doing it. Wonderful. Is this a new bug that was introduced in the Avionics update a couple hours ago? That's really funny. Okay, cool. So the mouse just disappears after like half a second. It's never done that before. That is dreadfully annoying. I love Microsoft Flight Sim required updates that always break everything at once. Hang on a moment. What are you doing over here? Huh. Thank you, AIG Traffic. That doesn't exactly check out, but alright then. Yeah, I imagine the CRJ can get pretty iffy from the cabin perspective. It's It's interesting. It's also like a genuine pain to fly sometimes, but it's also that character that makes it so fun. But, yeah, anyways. So, here in the flight deck, and as I was saying before, I got distracted by the mouse bugging out here. That's so cool. Is there? There is! What is Microsoft doing? Is AIG not integrating correctly, or is... No, it looks like AIG is showing just fine on the map interface here. Let me check Rochester and see if it's actually supposed to be that. Here we are. There's that. Yeah! AIG is calling for an A320neo EasyJet and an Indigo EasyJet. What is up with these flight plans? That is weird. Okay. Just a wee bit of a distance across the pond, yeah. Alright. What was I talking about before, like, the 4th distraction in a row? Blanking. Love that. Anyways. Oh yeah! Aerosoft have, just lovely made... They have the entire cabin here, and they don't make the flight deck door openable, so... I mean, I could use the drone camera to pop through and everything, but also... Yeah. Oops, didn't mean to do that, my apologies. Odai, thank you for the follow. EasyJet in Rochester is common. Yeah, daily flight, haven't you heard of it? Oh, goodness. Alright. So, let me... Actually, here, I'll pull up the chat on Streamlabs instead of, the YouTube panel. That should make it much better. Alright, there we go. So, now what I'll do is... Let's fire up the tablet here first. My goodness, this is going to be really annoying with that mouse glitching out all over the place. And it's messing with the tablet rendering too. I was seeing something on the PFD there. Why does everything have to break in the required updates? Weird. Weird, weird, weird. Alright. So, I'll head over to the aircraft tab here, and we will... What is up with Streamlabs? Huh, for some reason, Restream has gotten out of sync on the video replay, so it's only showing like 6 minutes into stream with still the stream starting soon graphics, but at least the chat is up to date, so I'll keep an eye on that instead. Alright, so over here on the aircraft tab, I'll get the doors popped open, service door can stay closed, we'll get the ground GPU, chocks are in, and let's collapse the stairs for the jetway here. Even though I don't really have a good interaction to get the jetway to connect. I don't have, like, GSX or anything. But, yeah, with that, we can pop on the battery and the GPU. This is really weird with the mouse freaking out all over the place. It's messing with the click interactions, too. I'm so sorry, everyone. Oh. Thank you for the subscription. I appreciate it. Let's see, and we'll pop on the nav lights. There we go. I'll crank up the lights a little bit. It is about 7 o'clock in the evening here in Rochester, so getting a little bit on the darker side, especially with the overcast clouds there. So, I'll pop up the integrated lighting here. Yeah, with the mouse disappearing there, it's messing with the scroll interactions too. This is so weird. I wonder if I head over to the controls tab here. I wonder if it is my... Oh, of course I can't set the controller because it's not connected. Yeah, so that shouldn't be doing anything anyways. Ah, well. Alright. Crank up the integrated lighting here. Displays. Get some floodlight in as well. End up on the overhead here. Get the the overhead backlighting as well. There we go. It's pretty dim. And our dome lights are... Is that the one? There we go. Again, it's pretty weak, but... Ah, well. Alright. Ah. Yeah, this mouse thing is so weird. I've only had it happen to me before when my Xbox controller is like a little bit drifted, and then giving it a wiggle has always fixed it from there, and even then, that's only happened like 3 times. I am in windowed. I can try switching it to full screen here real quick. Yeah, the mouse works fine in the menu and everything. That's what's confusing me. And yeah, it's disappearing in-game. I will try heading over to the graphics here real quick and setting... Let's try full screen. Hope this doesn't break the stream. Keep changes. And... Oops. Nope. Apply and save. There we go. And let's watch it disappear. Yep, it's still disappearing. That's so unfortunate. Alright. Ah well, just gonna be what it is. Let's silence those warnings. And... yeah. CRJ jet bridges are always weird. They've got that funny little adapter too, because the jet bridges can't get far down enough, so they've got like a little ramp connection to them. Just all kinds of cursed. Oh, wonderful. Alright, so, got the brightness cranked up, and I have now distracted myself with many more things. Alright, we got the nav lights on. Let's pop the logo light on as well. Yeah, I'm just going to be zooming in and out all over the place as I try to use the mouse wheel on all these things while my mouse is disappearing. I really hope that doesn't make it too hard to watch, but... Ah well, my apologies. I am doing my best. Alright, and get the... Ah! There we go. Get the brightness cranked up on the... McDoos? Are they still called McDoos on a CRJ? I think that's the terminology here for Bombardier as well. But, yeah. So, with that, let me get the weight and balance configured here. So, we're looking for a zero fuel weight of 57,122 pounds. And, actually, oh, that's right, we can just enter that directly here on the CRJ, I forgot. I've only flown this thing for, like, the first time, just a couple of days ago, and for the first time in like 6 months, so I'm a wee bit ruddy. But and that's right. So this, oh, it's still within tolerances. All right, 57,122. The thing I always have to be, it still is. That's right. That's the thing I always have to be careful of in the CRJ-550 here in Aerosoft, is that there's no 550 profile for SimBrief, or at least there's no custom profile that I've set up for it. So it always dispatches me with CRJ-700 passenger loads. So it's asking for, yeah, 57 passengers right now, so that's over 50. So yeah, I'll just shave like 4,000 off of that maybe, so 53,122. And see what that does for us. That should be very nice. And our block fuel is going to be 8.7 tons. There we go. And set the payload there. Alright, so, next up here, while that's going, let's run through all of the overhead scan and everything. Oh, come on, let me click you. There we go. Get that brightness cranked up as well. So, up here on the overhead, goodness, it's already getting a lot darker out. It's going to be pretty much pitch black by the time we get into Dulles. I'm going to be making a fool of myself with a night landing here. Alright. Fire test monitor. We got fire system okay. Very good. Up here, we'll get the isolation valve open and run the hydraulic test. So down here, we'll pop the hydraulics page on. We'll get pump 1, 3B, and 2. Those are all pressurizing nicely. And then all to auto, and now 3A should be pressurizing as well. Just try something real quick here. Plug my Xbox controller back in. Yeah, the mouse is still glitching out. Ah, well. Alright. 3A is pressurizing nicely, 3000 psi, and we'll pop that one off. There we go. I'll now switch over to the status page. Shut up, radio. Where's that coming from? Switch that over. If it keeps going, it's on COM 2. I'll just keep an ear out for that, I guess. Eh, I'll scramble it anyways. There we go. Alright, so. Got the hydraulic test done. We'll pop up here. Cabin pressure. The altitude here in Rochester is 560 feet. I'll grab the... Oh, goodness gracious. Yet another Microsoft update breaking everything. The pop-up instrument panels are huge now on the CRJ. I'm not even sure if that's showing in stream. Yeah, it is. Oh, goodness. Alright. Set the cabin altitude 560 so I can get that page cleared out as soon as possible so the stream looks back to normal again. 560. There we go. Alright. Yeah, it is trying to flip to a crosshair. It's... That little circle in the center is the Xbox cursor for the console implementation. So that's why I was initially thinking at first that it was my Xbox controller, but it isn't. It's just freaking out. Very unfortunate. Yeah, I tried with the controller unplugged, I tried replugging it, it's still going. It seemed, I think it's probably a, an AUA2 update issue. Bugs like that always get introduced with the big updates for some reason. It's not big enough to try restarting the sim or anything, because that'll take like 15 to 20 minutes, unfortunately, but... Ah, well. Alright, pop the air conditioning fan on, packs on, cargo air, windshield heats will go to low. We'll get the no smoking signs on and arm the emergency exit lights. Then down here, reset my view, silence that master caution again, do a stall warning test. Need to pop up the yoke for that one. There we go, there's the stick pusher, and we can collapse the yoke again. And I'll run a GPWS test in the background here. CVR test as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's the light, all good. Nothing to do on the left side over there, nose wheel steering is disarmed. I'll pop on the Skycam, give the oxygen mask a test. Over here on the right side, Skycam as well. Oh my goodness, this thing with the mouse is so annoying. And oxygen mask is tested as well. Next, anti-skid inboard and outboard. Very good. Main gear main gear bay overheat and overheat fail. Very good. We'll run a lights test now. Lamp test 1. And oh goodness, come on. 2. There we go. Yeah, this is the one thing I dislike about all of Aerosoft's mouse interactions. Well, just in general, but now even more so with the mouse flickering like this, is it's so easy to just accidentally scroll all over the place. It's so much nicer to have like the X-Plane style click arrow interactions and everything. Ah well. Alright. Let's see. Pitch and roll is disconnected. Speed brake stowed, flap stowed. Thrust level is shut off. Spoilers are in auto. Arm the thrust reversers. Down here we will get the radio to standby. Engage the stabilizer trim, Mach trim, and yaw dampers. Ooh, IRS should have turned on earlier. That'll take a while to align now, unfortunately. Ah well. And... very good. Next, we'll head down here to the McDo, and I'll pull up my flight plan. So, we are... let's see, first we'll go to position in it here. We are at Rochester. We'll grab the GPS 1 on the left side. Set that in there to align. And for the flight plan now, again flying from Rochester to Washington Dulles with an alternate of Pittsburgh. Our flight plan, flight number is going to be Lindbergh 4171. Get that executed. And now for our flight plan here, we'll be departing out runway 10. And I don't believe... Yeah, there was no planned SID or anything for this one. What's the 0 at 7? Ah, that's just vectors. I'll pin that one on my Navigraph charts here, but you know what? I'll program that one for vectors on departure easily enough. Alright, oops, didn't mean to hit that one. I'm still not used to the previous NETS pages being up here. I'm too used to Airbus. Alright, so from there it'll be direct to burst. Oop, there's supposed to be an R in there. Burst, that's how you spell that word. Direct to Echo Tango... Ooh, come on. Echo Tango Golf. Speed brake handle getting in the way. And direct to Papa Sierra Bravo. I don't recognize either of those VORs. Then from there it'll be on the Maple 3 into ILS 01 right. Maple... There it is, Maple 3. Papa Sierra Bravo transition. And what's our approach VIAs looking like? Pull up the 01 right chart here. Let's see, so we've got... what are those two? Yeah, those are the only transitions available. So, Bravo Romeo Victor is... That's the Brook VOR. No, that's southeast, we won't be taking that one. And... Charlie Sierra November is... Oh, that's way out to the side there. So yeah, we'll just take the short final. That'll be good there. So, I'll have a look through the legs page now, clear out the discontinuities. Where's Tycon? That should be... Ah, yeah, that's vectors to final. Very good. So that means it should hopefully have synced Papa Sierra Bravo in. Very good. So Papa Sierra Bravo is the Phillipsburg VOR, and Echo Tango Golf is... Keating. Interesting. Alright, very cool. That's the legs set up there with the flight plan. So I'll pop this over to the plan view, zoom in a little bit, and let's have a look through this flight plan. So, NFT Advanced, there we go. Have a step through this. Looking good. And we'll go back to main here. And you know what, I can zoom out a little bit just since we have nothing going on immediately there. It'll just be watching the direction for vectors. Alright, then down here, lastly, we'll go to NFD menu. And, let's see, we'll go information on the left side. Range alt select is selected, and on the right side as well. And we'll get the VNav on the right side. There we go. So with that, the flight plan is all set up, the aircraft is loaded, fire tests are all performed. Let's get the APU running. So, we'll go power fuel, shut-off valve open, APU in bite, and door open, and we'll give that a start there. While that's going, I'll set up my squawk real quick. So we'll squawk 2023 for good luck, and pop the transponder on there. And I'll grab the weather. Let's see. Weather here in Rochester, we've got winds 070 at 9 knots, so a 30-degree intercept pretty much from runway 10. And clouds scattered at 4700, scattered at 110, broken at 180. Yep, I can see that. It's pretty overcast up there. Temperature 24 and altimeter 3007. 3007 on the left, on the, oh, come on, on the right, and in the center. There we go. And There's the APU powered up, very good. Pop over to here to the aircraft page. We can get the ground power cart disconnected, and remove the wheel chocks, and close up the cargo doors for now. And lastly here, I'll brief the departure. So, I'll just pop the Navigraph charts up here on stream real quick. So, this is Rochester here, on the north side, right by the lake. So, initial climb is going to be on this side over here. So from runway 10, it's just a straight 100-degree heading, and then vectors as commanded. Top altitude, 10,000. And we're taking the... it's not listed as a VOR here, but we're heading first to Keating, and then on to Phillipsburg for the arrival into Dulles. Very good. Not a whole lot more to worry about there, so it's just vectors from air traffic control. I'll pull up the flight radar page here, just to give myself a brief little idea of what to expect. So, after departure, the real flight here that I have, they took a right turn at about 3,000 feet, starting at least, onto a heading of 200. So I'll just make sure to keep that in mind then. It's just what to generally expect from that departure behavior there. And that should be it for that. So, now that the APU is running, we got APU bleed on, so that's all automatically controlled on the CRJ. Love that. Let us next, let's see, we'll pop on the seatbelt signs, pretend everyone's on board, and get the door closed. Next, I'll pull up performance here. So, let's run perf init. So, down here, let's see, advisory VNAV is enabled, fuel management is predicted. So on perf init, our zero fuel weight is going to be 53,122. With a fuel quantity of 8.7. And, oh yes, and cruise altitude. So we're going to be cruising here a little bit shorter, since to make the quick hop from Rochester over, only flight level 230. That'll give us just about maybe 5 to 10 minutes in cruise, no more than that. Good. IRS is aligned there. And because I didn't align the IRS in time, the yaw dampers didn't engage. Oh, excuse me. So I'll just pop the yaw dampers there real quick. Alright, let's see. Zero fuel, 8 fuel, cruise altitude, that's all in. We can execute that. On to the next page. ISO deviation is going to be positive 13. En route wind component is going to be minus 19. There we go. And page 3. Let's see. Final reserve is going to be 1350. With a taxi fuel of... oh, where'd you go? I was just looking at it. There it is, 500 pounds. Alright, that's that setup there. We'll go VNAV setup now. 290 to 0.74, very good. Transition altitude 18,000. We'll cruise at point... oops. Come on. Oh goodness, I didn't mean to do that. There we go. 0.77. At flight level 230, yep. Again, flight level 180 transition, 3-degree descent, and 0.77 to, say, 280 knots. Alright, that's the descent there set up, and now, let's run the takeoff performance. So, ooh, actually, let's see, 10 is only 6,000 feet here. I'm not sure. I think that should still handle with flaps 8, especially with the light aircraft like the 550. Yeah, RV speeds are pretty low anyways. I hope it's not going to require flaps 20. The thing about the Aerosoft perf calculator is it doesn't give you the runway consumption for flaps like this. So I'm just going to hope that I'm not plowing through the grass just a wee bit. I'll go for flaps 8. Runway conditions are... well, it's pretty dry out there. So, I'll set the V speeds. So we got a V takeoff of 182. These always take forever to scroll. I wish they had a little bit of acceleration in them, but ah well. 182. V1 is going to be 124. Rotating at 124. And V2 of 135. Alright. And yeah, 182 set there. V2 plus 10, 145. Alright. Silence that, and then plug in 145 up here. Oops, I did the departure briefing and everything and forgot to set the information. So, top altitude, 10,000 was already set there. I'll get the flight directors on. It'll be heading on departure. There we go. And we'll reconfigure that once we get to the runway and hit Toga, but, yep. Alright, I'm gonna mute my microphone for just a quick second here while I chug a little bit of water. Be right back. Alright, there we go. And, oh yes, I forgot to set the heading as well. So, it's going to be, 100 on departure, just a straight, even number. So I'll just crank that around there. 100. There we go. Awesome. Alright, so, let me see. I think that should pretty much be us ready to go. We're all configured, performance is complete. Departure is briefed. Takeoff performance is set. Doors closed and locked, of course it is, because you can't even open on the Aerosoft. So, here's where I would normally call for a pushback, except Microsoft Flight Simulator's default pushback is awful. Toolbar pushback broke like a year ago, and I don't have GSX because I never bought it. So, I'm gonna do something really funny here, like a true professional streamer. I'm gonna start up my engines on the stand, and then do a power back. That's what I usually have to do in the CRJ. So, just don't judge that, I suppose. But, yeah, we'll pop on the beacon light here. Seatbelt signs are on. Get the hydraulics on. Fuel boost pumps. And pull up the lights page on the right box here. And that should be it. Transponders on. Alright. Fuel is shut off. We're good to start. So, I'll start number 2 first. Oops, gotta get my head down a little bit here. Alright. N2. I believe it's 20% we introduce fuel on the CRJs here. Alright, fuel. Excuse me? Why are you spooling down? Did I take too long to... Huh? Okay, that's a new one. That's interesting for sure. Oh, the mouse glitching around probably messed it up. Let me try that one again. Starting number 2. This is so annoying. Alright, N2. I definitely have the fuel pumps on. %. Oh, not the flaps. Oh, come on. Fuel. There we go. Now it caught. Fuel. ITT is rising, finally. That took a while. Goodness. N1. Oil pressure. And engine is stabilized. Good start on number 2. Silence the master caution there. Let us start engine 1. Hello, Sam. Yep, I'm trying out a chatbox overlay. 20%. Fuel. Oh, there's fuel. I'm not sure how realistic that gap between the fuel lever leaving shut off and fuel actually being introduced is, but ah well. ITT is rising. That lag does worry me, because that's like a solid 10 seconds of fuel being poured into the chamber with no ignition at all. I don't know how realistic that behavior is, but it does not seem conducive to a normal engine start. Alright, N1, oil pressure. Very good. And engine stabilizing. Good start on number 1. Yeah, the stream has a little bit of a latency. It's just how it goes. Might be a bit worse this time around. I have updated upped the bit rate on the stream to try to improve the visual quality, so YouTube might be compensating that for a bit more latency as well now too. But yep. All right, so that's a good start on engines 1 and 2 there. So. Let's see, we'll get the APU off, so I'll hit stop and power fuel. And, let's see, what else am I missing? Hang on, are my probe heats off? Oh, probes should have come on, there we go. Alright. I'll set flaps 8 for departure now. And I'll get my yoke set up here real quick. Actually, I probably should have done that beforehand. My apologies. Alright, and once my yoke is set up here, I'll run a flight control check. There we go. Alright, flight control page is... Where'd it go? I was just looking at it. There it is, far left, everywhere but where I was looking. Alright, full back, forward, left, right, left rudder, right rudder. Flight controls free and correct. Pop that back to stat now. Oh, actually, nope, I forgot to set my stabilizer trim for departure. 5.8, that is quite a difference from 7.5. That would have been dreadfully unfortunate. 5.8, there we go. Would have been... Tail student like crazy on departure, that's fun. Alright. Hello, Fly with Tom. I heard a ding on the alert box overlay, but I missed it. Somebody subscribed. Thank you very much, whoever that was. My apologies for missing that. I appreciate it. Going good. Thank you. So, with that, it is now time to do an Epic Gamer power back, because again, I don't have GSX. Ah, thank you very much. So, well, first let's brief the taxi, since this is all integrated with that. So we're going to be taxiing to runway 10 right here. We are up here at Bravo 8 at the terminal. So, we're going to taxi out facing south into the ramp right here. We'll take a right on Charlie around, cross runway 22 at, what's that? Not Alpha. Oh, I guess that's just Charlie keeping around there. And then we'll hold short 10 at Charlie. Alright, very good. So, Reverses are armed. I'll get the taxi light on, arm the nose wheel steering, even though I don't think that switch does anything on the Aerosoft. Ah, well. And now, I'll stick my head outside here, and yeah, we'll aim for up there. So, let's pop a little bit of reverse in there and see if we can idle back. Except I forgot to release my parking brake. That would indeed cause problems. There we go. Oh dear, this poor ground person is about to get cut in half by the wing of a CRJ. That's... oh, that's so sad. Alright. Swing it around to the right here. Yeah, I really need to get GSX at some point. This is just... oh. Recycle the reverses there to get a little bit less power. There we go. And hit the brakes there. You all saw nothing. This is perfectly legal. Everything is going according to every aviation law ever. Oh, hello. Who is this, and why are they landing in the wrong direction? One of my 1-0's in use. Thank you, AI traffic. Oh well. Is that a Delta A320? A320, I say. Those are... is that Lufthansa? Oh my god, this airport really is broken in AIG. What is a Lufthansa A320 doing here? First an EasyJet A320, then an Indigo A320neo, then a Lufthansa A320... what? And why are they landing over there? Wow, okay. Oh, and the go around. Okay. Cool. That's so cool. I love realism and immersion. Well, evidently we have like a FedEx A300 here, which only operates in the States, so some of the traffic is functional, but I don't know why it's trying to populate a ton of European regional traffic in Rochester, New York. What a travesty. Alright. Oh, enough distractions. We'll add in some power here and roll out on Charlie. And I'll take a right here as well. I do have the FTSim Soundpack for the CRJ-2, so unfortunately it doesn't cover the whole thing, which is unfortunate because I really dislike the Aerosoft click sounds for switches and push buttons and all that. They just sound so fake. Like, listen to this. Let me find something not disastrous to press. Like, that does not sound like a real button, and it's the same button across every single push button on the aircraft. The same click sound. Aerosoft is not known for their high quality sounds. So luckily FTSim did a sound pack for the engines, which I have. Yeah, there goes that EasyJet A320. What is the deal? Weird. But yeah, so FTSim doesn't cover the switch sounds, unfortunately, because apparently it is a ton of work to reintegrate with Microsoft Flight Simulator Wise for existing sounds like that. But at least we've got pretty decent engine sounds for the CF-34s, which is fun because I love the CF-34s. What I don't love is that jetway just incredibly broken there. That's so cool. Interesting. Thank you, default scenery. Alright. God, those clouds are beautiful. Look at that. This would be so fun to depart into. Alright, still holding out at about 11 knots here. We'll cross 2-2 at Charlie here. Might get a little bit more power in for this one. Alright, clear left. Clear right. Pop the strobes on for a runway crossing here. It's just straight across here, and then a left onto Charlie. We're on Charlie right now, but Charlie takes a left. That is not Charlie, that is the front of a hangar, and I do not want to drive into that. There we go. Almost here. I'll just leave those strobes on until we take off here. No sense turning them off for this tiny little taxiway segment. Runway path looks good. I'm just gonna clear myself for departure. 10. Alright. Strobes are on, wing lights on. Oh, come on. Ah! That mouse glitch is getting the best of me. Alright, landing lights on. Seatbelt signs are on, transponders on, weather radar. Definitely would be a good idea to pop on. Let me line up here real quick. We'll definitely be doing a static departure here and not a rolling takeoff with this short 6,000 foot runway. 6,000 feet should be more than enough for the CRJ to handle, but it still worries me a little bit. I guess I'm just more used to flying Airbuses and Boeings and all that. Alright, now I have to figure out the weather radar on the CRJ here. I think it's that. And then I do... Is that showing? Buffalo? No, that's TCAS. I've never really used the weather radar on this. I don't even know if it's functional. It might not be. In which case, we'll just yeehaw straight into a cloud. Ah, well. Alright, let's see. Departure's all configured. We'll go Toga, heading for the roll mode, and... TCAS is set. Light set. Alright, start the clock. Start the clock. I said, come on. Hit the button when I tell you to. There we go. 40%. Stable. Toga. Now the CRJ flight model is very pitchy, so I might make a fool of myself here, but I'll try to do my best. Alright, 80 knots. Takeoff power set. V1, rotate. Oh, plenty of runway. Beautiful. Positive rate. Gear up. Oh, love that. Alright, and again at about 3,000 feet there, we'll make the right turn to heading of 200. There's 1,000. Set climb thrust. And speed climb 250. Above VT. Flaps 1. Here's about 3,000. I'll set heading 200. And flaps 1. Beautiful. Coming up on 250 knots. Some more nose down trim in there. Alright, there we go. Now I'll get the autopilot in. Now, the aircraft here is going to do a big, massive bump. This is not me at all. When the autopilot is enabled, the Aerosoft, for some reason, resets trim all the way back to neutral. So, because I wasn't able to turn on the autopilot earlier since I was having to coordinate that turn, I am now significantly nose down. So we're going to go autopilot engage there. Alright, there it goes, not too bad. Come on, a little bit lower. Drop the nose. Almost got it, there it goes. Yeah, it can get really hairy sometimes depending on how much it wants to recapture the nose attitude or whatever. Sometimes it requires some nose down pressure to keep it from bleeding off 20 to 30 knots of speed. With that, it is really annoying. That's the problem with this aircraft. It's such a wonderful aircraft to fly when things work. What in the good name just happened? Oh! Went into alt select. Oops. I want to do speed climb to 290 now that we're above 10,000. I should have had my eyes on that. And I'll set 230 already, our cruising altitude. Again, very low for just the quick hop over to Dulles. Alright, there's climb 290, heading alt cell armed. Alright, now we can go direct to burst. Execute that, and nav. What was I saying before I made a fool of myself with that alt intercept? Yeah, the Aerosoft is such a fun aircraft to fly here, the CRJ, with the things that work. But there are just so many little things that don't work that have just never been fixed. All the little bugs like that. It's so annoying because it has so much potential to be just beautifully perfect. If a little bit more work was done to... I digress. Alright, after takeoff, and above 10,000, because it's been a while now. Whoops. Alright, landing lights off, taxi lights off, loader light and wing lights off. Seatbelt signs can come off as well. I should have turned on the gravity cross-flow override for departure there. I forgot that. That should have been armed right before lining up on the runway. I'm very rusty on the CRJ, so... Whoops, that's my bad. But, yep, and we'll disarm the thrust reversers there. Alright. That should be us set then. Beautiful. I'd said earlier in the stream that it was starting to get dark out, but forgot we're still in the summer solstice. All that was just the overcast clouds. We still got nice, beautiful sky up there. Oh yeah. That's so cool with the sun shining through the cirrus there with a bit of glare coming off of the edges of that. Alright, reposition my camera here. Here's coming up on 18,000. My goodness, climbing at almost 4,000 feet per minute and still on climb thrust, only 85% N1. The CRJ-500 is so, or 550 is so overpowered with that lighter load. Alright, there's transition altitudes. We'll set standard. There we go. Again, another thing that broke with the Aerosoft when Microsoft Flight Simulator added the lock interaction, like, over 2 years ago, I want to say now. All of the push buttons in the center of the knobs all broke. There's a very tedious interaction where you have to do, where you have to right-click on it and then left-click in the legacy interaction mode. I only found out about that recently, in the past year or so, but even then it's still a bit tedious to do. But, at least it does allow you to still do it. I, for the longest time, thought it was just gone, and that I'd never be able to hit standard and shut the blinking lights up again, but yep. So it's a right-click on it, on the center, and then a left-click immediately afterwards, and that, I guess, helps to refocus the cursor to allow it to hit the much smaller target box that isn't otherwise possible to spam-click in the region there. Oh, maybe it is. It's just very difficult to. Interesting. I've never actually been successful with that before, that's good to know. Alright, and here's coming up on 230, and alt capture already because we're climbing like absolutely nuts with this load here. I'll pull it back into the manual range and start bleeding off speed. We'll cruise at about 300 knots here. Just hold it there. Yeah, we never even got up to Mach 0.77 with this lower altitude. So I'll just set the speed bug to 300. Pull out a little bit more power here. Very good. Let's zoom this out a little bit more here and see what we have to work with. So top of descent at about 100 miles. So have to keep an eye on that. We can brief probably a little closer till. Actually, let's have a quick look at the Maple 3 arrival here. Oh yeah, everything's all hard-coded in the FMS, so no expect altitudes to throw off the descent. Very good. I just realized, why is the SimToolkit Pro overlay saying heading is not a number? Huh. Something must be broken with the Microsoft FlightSim interaction. Oh well. Everything else is working fine, that's nice. That's another thing that I just set up for the first time for this stream as well, so hopefully it's helpful. Or should be helpful going forwards. Very nice. Oh, that's a screenshot right there. Between the fluff and the cirrus. So I guess now that I've got a second here. Yeah, the other thing I didn't intend with the chat box is, yeah, it looks like the messages aren't disappearing over time. For some reason I thought they would. I have it set to like a 15-second delay. I'm not sure if this is intended behavior, or if the, oh. There we go. Maybe it was just bugged out. I set the hide delay to 10 seconds from 15. Maybe I'll set it back to 15 here. Maybe it was just broken to, like, infinite internally. Or something. Interesting. I'll leave it at 20 seconds, maybe. I'm not sure if hide delay means... Oops, I'm bleeding off a little bit of speed here. It's the fun part about flying an aircraft with no auto throttle. Yeah, I'm not sure what hide delay represents in the Streamlabs settings. If it's like the actual time from message appearing to message disappearing. But hopefully that should let it appear while still not cluttering up the screen too much. I'll set it to 30. Alright. Top of descent 100 miles there. Pull up direct intercept. So just to have a quick look at this beforehand here, I'll pull up the charts. So we are over... Oh, we're not even over anything right now. We're still got another VR before Phillipsburg. But our first restriction is going to be defix. What a what an original name for a fix. Oh. At 12,000 feet. And then OV is going to be 10,000. And then Maple is going to be at 7,000. Then Mo at 5,000 and 4,000 at Husel. And then straight on ahead to Yak and Taikon. Alright, so I'm just going to bug 4,000 initially, and then adjust the vertical speed to match the fix, and yeah, so I'll just have to be matching those exactly all the way through, since they're all at restrictions, no windows to shoot for. Oops. Now that I've added power to stop from underspeeding, I am overspeeding. There we go. So, again, we've got the ILS-01 right approach. Let me just pull up Flight Radar again here to verify that's still the active runway and that the traffic patterns haven't reversed. And Microsoft Flight Simulator crashed. That's so funny. Ouch. Guess I don't have to worry about that arrival. Please unfreeze, I beg of you, even though I know it won't. Second time in 2 FlightSim streams I've seen that text that I hope to never see. Well, that's unfortunate. No autosave or anything either, and I don't have time to restart the flight from scratch since I have to be leaving pretty much immediately after I was scheduled to be landing. So, this stream's gonna be ending early. That's unfortunate. I was looking forward to this one too for a while. Well, yep, that's it for this one then. This will be my last stream for a while too on the channel, since I've done these past couple in a row now. Yes, so next up, Quill will be streaming City Skylines, so that should be fun. I'll be gone for a couple of weeks here, but when I get back next month, I will hopefully have some more FlightSim streams planned that will hopefully go better than these two have. I'll be back in Marvel Spider-Man from Insomniac Games as well. That should be quite fun. And, yeah. Thank you for joining me along this stream so far. And, make sure to subscribe and stay tuned to join in on the next one. See ya! Have a good one!